Okay, I did not want to make this video. For the record, the only reason I am doing this as a live stream is because, frankly, because I don't have anything equivalent to a photo booth where I could just record this on my own. So if I stutter or stumble over things, that's perfectly, don't fault me at this. I'm going completely off the cuff here. And I just want to say, okay, first of all, to quote Adam Jenson from Deus Ex, I never asked for this. I don't go getting myself into e-drama. I'm genuinely most of the time not interested in getting involved in e-drama. That's why I don't follow people like a hardcore kid or people like that creepy reading who tackle YouTubers who have been bad or are causing people trouble and other matters like that. But right now, what I need to address, I feel like simply posting on Twitter or other things is not going to get the point across to the guy harassing me, Zaid, Magenta, or MisAnthroPony, whatever the fuck he wants to call himself. He keeps flip-flopping. I know him more so than MisAnthroPony because that's what he called himself for the longest time, so I'm just going to call him that, or just Map for short. Because he's still known as that from time to time. For the record, this is about him lashing out at other people on YouTube and places like Twitter and DeviantArt. And you can't deny that, oh, I'm not attacking. No, Zaid or Map, wherever you want to call yourself, either or at this point. Zaid may need to be safe, but fine. No, Zaid, let me make something very goddamn clear. And this is something that clearly you do not understand. I don't give a shit if you agree with me on a movie or show or what fucking ever. There's an old saying, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. Opinions are opinions. If you didn't like newer Star Wars movies, you didn't like Steven Universe or The Last of Us or Chip the Rescue Rangers movie, fine. I'm perfectly able to disagree with you. And that's what the posts about, here's the thing, the posts calling you out back in 2020 and 2021 about your reaction to those, it's not because you didn't like them. That is not my point. And if you stop and listen and read to what other people say about you, then maybe you would understand. The point of why you are getting called out is because you're so damn extreme about everything. You treat everything you don't like as the worst thing ever, like it's the apocalypse. And you railroad all this alt-right crap against people like Kathleen Kennedy and all this other alt-right shit. And I know you are not the only one who've done this, who are people who have been called on the same thing. People like Geeks and Gamers and The Quartering and The Critical Drinker and Mahler. But here's the thing. They're all bad with how they act. But as far as I am aware, they at least just keep to themselves. They don't go around making separate underhanded named accounts on Twitter to go after and harass people for how dare they disagree with me. As far as I am aware, they haven't done that. Although anyone who sees this, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm perfectly be proven wrong on that. You, on the other hand, have. And particularly, you went after me. That's why I'm making this. I was perfectly minding my own business, just observing shit that was going on, seeing you self-destruct. And then you had the balls to not only put a tweet I made back in 2021, not even to you, but I was talking to someone else, Big Jack Films, about your behavior. But then you proceed, after deleting your Twitter account, you came back with different, separate ones. Clearly, you're not even really trying to hide. So what is even the point? mean, you claim to have come back from left Twitter. You claim to have deleted your own MisAnthroPony account on Twitter because you blamed it for being too toxic. Twitter may be problematic, but in this case, you are the problem because you jumped on people. You jumped on people for not having the same thing as you. That is not at fucking all how a critic of any sort acts. And I'm tired of it. And so is everyone else who has seen your shit or has comments on you. So many other people on YouTube and social media have called you the fuck out. You're a goddamn laughingstock because you cannot, shockingly, you can seemingly dish some form of criticism, but you cannot take it. And I want to make two things very fucking clear. As someone has an opinion in general, and here's how I see criticism as regarding this. You can like or dislike something, whether or not you agree with someone on the long day, whether or not you agree with someone or not, whatever. That's not something to obsess over. But when you go and harass people who disagree with you and jump all over them and threaten them to try and you made threats. And don't tell me you didn't. I screen capped those tweets you said to me, trying to make me a priority target. You literally threatened me over fucking opinions. Opinions on a goddamn movie. And for record, the whole Last of Us thing on a side note, I didn't like either of the Last of Us games. I especially didn't like part 2, but I gave them a chance. I actually played both of them. Unlike you, who flat out freely admitted you only saw the cutscenes and other matters on YouTube. A more honest thing would have been to just say, I didn't think the game looked that good, I didn't like this plot element or that plot element here and there, and I have no interest in playing the game from what I had seen. That would have been perfectly obvious. For the record, I'm not trying to get in a war with you. I don't want that. Plus, you're wasting your goddamn time. I'm just a nobody on social media. My YouTube channel has barely over 150 subscribers, and my Twitter is barely under 300 followers. That's nothing in social media terms. And you act like I've got some. You're acting like you're trying to dig up dirt on me and other people. But I want to make something very clear to you. You want to know why I'm making this? Not just a retort, but you want to know why I'm doing this recording? Is to make one thing painfully goddamn clear. You have nothing on me or anyone else who's called you out. You're out trying to scrounge dirt like we've done or said anything scandalous to try and make us, to try and frame us for being bad for liking the newer Star Wars movies. You failed to mention in that recent video of yours that all those comments you saw posted about you, it's not about us defending anything. Even if I didn't like any of the newer Star Wars stuff, I'd still think you were out of line. Especially you harassing Cartoonchi a year ago, you and that Leo guy, or Leo, whatever his name is, who basically then tried to gaslight me. And again, both of you do not dare try and deny this. I took screen caps of the posts you made on Twitter to me. And I saved them as basically little receipts. You cannot deny this. I have the evidence. You people, Leo or Liam tried to gaslight me. Leo, I think it's Leo, sorry. Leo tried to gaslight me and paint me as delusional. I am perfectly sound of mind, motherfucker. You're the one going around screaming and hollering about movies you don't like and railroading people for disagreeing with you and threatening them and trying to goad us onto Discord. And that's how I know that sock puppet hands particularly your Discord name matched your freaking current YouTube name. Do not bullshit me on this. Let me quote Will Smith here. Don't start nothing, ain't gonna be nothing. So I am going to say this as civilly as I can, because I do not want this going any further from here. Leave me and everyone else on Twitter and other parts of on DeviantArt and YouTube, wherever the hell you're jumping on people. Leave everyone the fuck alone. You threatening to make a response, a video trying to make everyone look bad? You have nothing other than people calling you out. And I'm not the only one on YouTube who has called you out on your behavior. Deny it all you want. That is the truth. You're the bad guy here, Zaid, not me. And particularly, I've been trying to this point. Part of the reason what finally spurred me to do this is you trying to warp my comment from a week ago about that Rescue Rangers movie and take it completely out of context. I was not at all speaking ill about Bobby, the guy kid who played Peter Pan. I was not talking about the actor who played Peter Pan in the original movie, about what happened to him. No, I wouldn't dare. What happened to him was 100% tragic. He was a victim of studio politics and, bad, what happened to child actors back in the day. It sucks. And sadly, his story is not the only one of that sort, either back in the day or even in modern times. I mean, have we forgotten what happened with Macaulay Culkin and Lindsay Lohan for a while? Not everyone is lucky to be Daniel Radcliffe or Emma Watson or Chloe Grace Moritz, or any of those people, or Maisie Williams, or I'm blanking the girl from Stranger Things and Enola Holmes, Millie Bobby Brown. Thank you. Not everyone is as lucky to have like that. Most of the time now we have a little more standard to practice. But what happened to Bobby Driscoll? Thank you, Bobby Driscoll. What happened to Bobby Driscoll? I feel nothing but sympathy for what happened to him. He didn't deserve to have died that young. He was around my age when he died. I'm in my early 30s. He was around my age when he died. That's pretty damn young. And I know I never said anything bad about him. And I had to show people the tweet that I had said that you tried to misquote me on. And they knew that that's not. And I also CC'd what you had typed. And they all said, dude, we know that's not. We know you didn't say anything wrong. What the whole thing that the Rescue Rangers movie was doing, I want to make this perfectly clear. What I was referring to in that tweet to Eli Stone, I was mentioning something Tony Goldmark brought up on his Escape from Walt Disney podcast on the movie. He actually clarified that whole comparison. Sweet Pete, and if you actually look this up, I think this can be clarified. Tony actually discussed this. Sweet Pete was not intended to be the villain of that movie, at least originally. That was a last-minute change. The original intended villain was supposed to be Pluto, as a reference to the old 40 shorts where Chip and Dale would basically harass Pluto, and he'd get angry and chase him, and he'd end up getting all kerfuffled and such. But at the last minute, for whatever reason, it was changed to Sweet Pete. And as far as I know, I looked up interviews with Akiva Schaffer, as best I could tell. He hasn't addressed the Bobby Driscoll comparison, as far as I'm aware. So what I was saying is that, and this is per Tony Goldmark saying, he will call out Disney. He's known to call out Disney if they fucked up royal. He is not ashamed. And he flat out said, and I was echoing him on this, that comparing Sweet Pete to what happened to Bobby Driscoll in real life, all that's similar is that Sweet Pete had a crap childhood after Peter Pan got made. Nothing about drugs, nothing about dying young or anything like that. The movie never railroads Sweet Pete as the bad guy for what happened to him. In fact, if you actually paid attention to the movie, you'd see that they kind of feel sorry that he got screwed over like that. He's only made the bad guy because he's what he's doing in the present day, kidnapping all these cartoons and such. That's wrong. he's every right to be, he's portrayed as being every right to be bitter, but what he's doing now doesn't justify what he does now. That is, so basically, because of the change, the comparison is pure coincidence. And especially if it was me, Pluto, I guarantee you, if it was Pluto as the villain in this, Warner as Pluto would have been doing the same thing Sweet Pea is doing in the movie. And I don't see anyone railroading the Pluto shorts for making an innocent dog look like the bad guy. It's a sucky comparison, but it's a moment where you really need to stop and think. I'm considering, and I guarantee you, if Disney had noticed the comparison and if they felt that it was too on the nose, and I went back and rewatched the scene before doing this video, they don't mention any of the, aside from growing out, other than having left the studio when puberty hit, none of the crap that happened to Bobby Driscoll in real life is mentioned at all, other than, oh, I was Peter Pan. That's it. It's morbid coincidence. And it sucks. But that's the truth. So you going and railroading me just because because I liked the movie and you didn't. That's what it actually boils down to. And I can't believe you conned your subscribers into thinking I was saying something bad. Either the alt-right people are that gullible, or I don't know what. I'm choosing my words very carefully here. Either way, my point is, myself and many other people on social media on various platforms whom you have jumped over, who you've basically decided to go war against, no, enough is enough, Zaid. Leave us alone. And I'm hoping this video is the end of it. And if you try and misconstrue anything, dude, you're not going to be doing any damage to me. You're bringing all this crap upon yourself. You're your own worst enemy here, not me. I'm not the bad guy, Zaid. For your sake, I hope you sit down for a moment, reflect on your behavior, because you're not acting like someone who's level-headed of any sort of critic. You're acting like a crazy person. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. I'm not trying to be your enemy. I don't want to be anyone's enemy. I'm trying to help you, man. You're wasting your time going after me. As some nobody low-level critic to someone else with more of a viewer base, I'm asking you, as nicely as I can, please stop. I've got a life to deal with. I don't have time to worry about this shit. Enough is enough, Zaid. Take Alice's advice and let it go. Peace out.